Why not you? I'm Cole. This is my journey of becoming a professional soccer player, building a bootstrap business, and showing my path to self-mastery. I make these videos to help people create their ideal life. Today's video is focused on the idea of just because no one has done it before doesn't mean you can't. There are plenty of things that people wouldn't have thought possible that have been done today. A really good example of this is the telephone. You can speak on opposite sides of the world to someone in real time. Think about 100 years ago, no one would have thought that was possible. I was having a conversation with my uncle this summer, and I remember when we were talking, he said that when he was a child, he went to go see a movie where in the movie they had something similar to a FaceTime. He remembered thinking at the time that there was no way that technology would ever come true. Now look at today. You can video call with anyone in the world as long as they have a device. Another example is running 100 meters in under 10 seconds. People thought this feat was never going to be possible, yet Usain Bolt has done it. There's countless other things, such as inventions or things that people have done that at one time were considered impossible. So why can't you do whatever you set your sights out to be? Why can't I become the best soccer player in the world? Why can't I create this YouTube channel and try to teach people how to create their ideal life? I bet you have some things that you would like to pursue, but don't really have the belief in yourself that you can make it happen. Everyone has doubts in their abilities, but you have to realize when these doubts are just noise getting in the way of becoming who you want to be. I have these doubts all the time, particularly with soccer, saying to myself, am I really cut out for this? Can I really make this happen? It's almost as if I'm casting myself out for me to not be successful before I even really get into it. I have still the next 10 years of my life and I'll only be 31. I can't let the doubts of today prevent me from doing the work that leads to tomorrow. I think David Goggins has a really good frame for how he thinks about trying to achieve goals. If you don't know who he is, he's known for extreme discipline and pushing himself to the absolute limits, particularly in ultramarathons. He has this frame that he's talked about in major speaking events where he tells himself, what if? What if he could make this happen? What if I could become the best soccer player in the world? What if I make a YouTube channel where I can teach people how to create their ideal life? What if at the same time as me doing this, I create a web app that's helped people organize their life? You should constantly be asking yourself, what if? It's gonna help you to push that little bit more to see if it is possible for you to reach the top. The doubts that you have from you becoming who you want to be are probably not laws. And what I mean by this is that they're not going against the laws of nature. You probably can't come up with a good enough reason for you to not reach who you want to be. No matter what you've done, who you've been in the past, you can always turn your life around. I think this is a fundamental truth that I believe and something that you should take to heart. If you give up hope and don't believe you can actually achieve what you want to, then why even try? You might as well spend your time doing something else. But I'm saying it's okay to believe in the impossible. Even if no one else has even done it, you could be that person to be the breakthrough. Now, maybe you don't even have the belief that you can do anything. Starting here, this is where you kind of have to lie to yourself and tell yourself over and over that you can do it. Eventually, when you condition your mind to think that you can do something, you're going to start to believe it. You have to get the words I can't out of your vocabulary, and you can't be hoping for something. You have to actually take action. So I can't say I hope to become the best soccer player in the world. I have to say I will become the best soccer player in the world. Then I would align my actions with what the best soccer player in the world would do. It's a lot easier to break down the behaviors if you have an idea of who you want to become. For me, the best soccer player in the world would have their nutrition right, they would train constantly, they would study constantly, they would prepare themselves for game days and trainings, they would know their body and how to get the most out of it. There's also things that they would avoid. They wouldn't go out to clubs. They might sacrifice friendships because they don't have the same luxury of being able to spend hours with friends. You have to also understand what that person would be willing to sacrifice, because if you want to be the best in anything, it takes something away. And maybe I realize that this YouTube channel isn't coherent for me to become the best player in the world, so I may have to stop. But for now, it's good for me to get my thoughts out and force myself to be a role model for the people watching. If you could take one thing from this video, I would say the idea of conditioning yourself that you can do it. Tell yourself as often as possible that you will make this happen no matter what. I hope you got some value from the video, and thank you for watching.